When we decided to bring Annotation Studio to our class, basically we had to come up with a lesson plan that we thought would work in terms of what we knew our students were capable of, how to teach them quickly, and also get across what our goals would be for using Annotation Studio within the class. We had a really important document, as Chris has already mentioned, the document called the Gertrude Dennis manuscript, which gives a complete overview of the contents of the James Michael Curley house in the 1950s, what it looked like when they lived there. And it's this descriptive document that goes room by room and describes objects and the nature of the rooms. And of course, today none of that stuff is there. So you have to imagine what was there at that time, and this document gives us that. But the ability to annotate this document with metadata gave us the ability to repopulate these rooms with the objects that actually existed. So we had a primary text 34 pages long that we were able to upload into Annotation Studio, and then the goal would be to have the students annotate this text and actually explicate a lot of the words in the text that might be difficult for them, or they have to look up what the objects were, or provide an image, or explain them in some kind of way. Of course, we live in an age where we're bombarded with information, bombarded with text. We look at things on a screen, we rapidly read it, digest it, and throw it away. We want students to get back, as one of the missions, I think, of Annotation Studio is, we want students to get back to close reading and understanding and really looking at a text and getting into the words. So Annotation Studio allowed us to say, we have this document, you students go out and try to understand what the house looked like, what these documents were, and can you find examples of them and how they functioned like that. So we had this great piece of evidence to work on. Then basically we introduced them to the program. We showed them the basic interface. We got each of the students to sign up for the program. It was all relatively easy, create a user account, and then we went from there into actually saying, how are we going to divide up looking at this document? So there was 34 pages of the document. We had 34 students. Each student was going to annotate a page. We taught them basically how to annotate in different ways, how to add text to a word, how to add an image to a word, how to add a link to the word, all the very simple things of annotation. We also showed them how it would be done collaboratively. I basically projected my computer that had the main text on it in front of the entire class, and then I scrolled through it as they started to annotate, and I also refreshed it periodically so that they could see they were working as a group to do this job. And I think that was an incredible collaborative aspect of Annotation Studio, to watch the annotations come in and watch their peers sitting around them doing this work with them to explain this incredibly important text and learn more about Curly. So this was all achieved in under 2 hours. It was really incredible to see that we could go from them never have seen this program before, very few of them ever done any kind of close reading before, and then moving to this situation where we were getting this text that was absolutely just came alive. It absolutely just came alive, and we had this, image of what the house could have looked like and the kind of data that that text could give us, all from this sort of under 2 hour experience. And so Annotation Studio has that kind of power. It has that. If you have the right kind of text, have the right kind of setting, have students that have an interest and some sort of ability with this, which a lot of our students do because of their technological background. I think it's just the perfect kind of tool for this kind of course.